Hey everyone, so excited to have you guys here. Today we're going to cover how to convert a PNG file into a vector design. So first let's talk a little bit about what a PNG file is compared to a vector. In terms of working with materials to print or to be able to cut, for example, vinyl, it's very important that we have a vector format file, okay? That means that we have created cut lines. So quick way to know, if I go here to my view frame and go to wireframe, you can see here we have two images. On the left hand side I have my PNG image, on the right I have my vector image. So you'll notice right off the bat, the left hand side, my PNG image, is just a square. That's all we can see as far as cuttable lines is concerned. Okay, the actual image you can see is kind of in a transparency format. It's dull, you can't see those cut lines. Whereas on the right hand side we have our vector file. This vector file can be resized, can be changed, can be adapted as you wish, but also can be cut. Okay, as you guys can see here, we have those cut lines created, so it's a perfect design for those types of jobs. Also, if you want a high quality image, this is going to be your best way or your best route to go. Okay, so let's go back to view and show you how we can create or convert this type of image over to a vector image. Okay, so let's go ahead and start off. We have our PNG image here. Let's say a customer sent this over, they need it vectorized. I have the PNG image, I brought it into my CORELRAW software, and now we can create or begin to create this vector design. Okay, first thing I like to do in an image like this, especially one that's actually black, I'm going ahead and go to, well actually first I'm going to go ahead and lock it. That's going to make it easier for me to work without having the image removed or move on me. Then I'm going to go up here to view and I'm going to go to wireframe. So wireframe gives me a better view of this image. As you guys can see, those lighter colors is going to make it easier for me to see the lines as I'm creating them. So today we're going to be working with some different tools here on the left hand side, and as well as choosing, we can even on the bottom, you guys can see there the designs part, we can actually create it with just the text. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started here. First thing I want to do is let's go ahead and create this outer edge, this outer boundary here. Okay, that's very easy. I know we have tools in Corel to make this process easier. So I can go right here to my polygon tool. Let's go ahead and select that and watch how quick and easy we're going to create this, guys. So let's just start off by creating the shape. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides here. Right up here at the top, you'll see where it says points or sides, or sides, I'm sorry. And if I click the up arrow, bam, check how quick that was. Nothing to it. So big part of this is also understanding the designs or the shapes that we have available to us. Okay, so now let's go ahead and make this the right size so it goes along with that original logo. And let's right there, perfect. Okay, so now we have begun the process. Now real quick, you see how much thicker that original logo is? Right now we have a very simple line, which is not going to cut it in this case. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to my enhanced view, and down here on the right hand side we have our color selection, our color palettes. So if I just right click on any of these, you'll see what's happening is it'll change the color. Okay, so it actually changed the color of the outline. You don't want to left click, because by left clicking you're going to convert it all. Okay, so do not left click, just right click, and that's going to give you just the boundary. And you can see here what I can do is I'm going to go ahead and fix this up a little bit. I'm using my shape tool here because I noticed it was just a little bit off, which is fine, no big deal. Again, knowing and understanding our tools here in CORELRAW are very important. Alright, so that's good to go. Perfect. So now, what I want to do is, let's go ahead and back to my pick tool, and up here we have our outline width. So let's say if I change it to 36, oh, that's a little bit too big, huh? So let's go down a little bit. Let's go to 16, still a little bit too big, maybe 12. Okay, 12 I think could work. Actually no, it's still too big, so let's go back down to 8 or And let's see if that works. Okay, so let's see if that works. I'm gonna push this out a little bit. It could work. Okay, so that should work. No problem at all. Okay, so there is, and you can see all I'm doing is just changing it a little bit to make sure that it's all corresponding to the original design. So that's good to go there. Now, very important, guys, and I'm sorry for moving the mouse back and forth. I am using the little wheel on the mouse, so that makes it easier for me to zoom in and out throughout the process. Okay, so now let me go back to that wireframe view so you guys can see something that's happening here that's very important. Notice how that even though I created the outline to be thicker, notice that you still are only seeing this little thin line, okay? The reason for that, we're still in that polygon tool shaping format, so we haven't actually converted this line into an object. And okay, that in itself says exactly what we're about to do. So I'm gonna go up here to object, and we have convert outline to object. So if I left click on that, or really cool little trick here, guys, if you guys see on the right hand side, you'll see Control Shift Q. So this is another way, it's kind of your shortcut to be able to do the same function here. So let's left click on that and bam, look at that. So there is my outline, okay? So I'm gonna go back real quick to my shape tool because I see this is a little bit off. Oop, let me go ahead and select my rectangle tool. And we're just gonna go ahead and move this a little bit up here. There you go. And you can see now it's a little bit closer to the original shape, okay? So now that we have our outline or boundary, or actually the outer edge of our design, we can now start creating the R and M. Okay, again, I mentioned that the designs part here, this is a font that can be found easily on thefont.com. So I know that design there, and I'll show you how we can also look into that in another video, how to find fonts, okay? But let's go ahead and create the R and the M here. And that's going to be very easy to do with, again, we're going back to our tools here. And I know we have one that's called Bezier. So check out how nice this Bezier tool is going to be, especially for this type of design that I know are just straight lines. So watch this. Let's go here, and I'm going to left click, and then we're going to just keep left clicking at all our points. Okay. So again, I'm zooming in and out just because it makes it easier for me to see where I need to go next. I know this could be a little bit painful in the eyes, and I do apologize. Okay, check that out. So look how, yeah, it's actually, I'm not gonna lie, I actually have fun doing this too. Now also, if you hold control, it's gonna give you a perfect line. Okay, so you can hold control, and you can see here, now in this case I don't want to use control because I want that line to be a little bit closer to the middle point here, but something like this is where you want to use the control point, okay? So no worries about that, let's just leave that as that is, because I will fix that now in when I'm done with the R. Okay, beautiful. So again, I said I need to fix this point here. Let's go up here to my shape tool, left click on that, and that allows me to move just that one point. If you want to move multiple points, you can easily select all of those, and look at that. Now you can change that one point, excuse me, the multiple points there. Okay, I also noticed that this wasn't the straightest, so I'm kind of a perfectionist when it comes to this. And the funny thing is, you won't really see this when you actually print the design or cut it. It's just because we're zoomed in quite a lot. Let's put it in perspective. Right now we're at 2400% zoom level. Okay, so we're very close. Very difficult to see by the bare eye, but again, in the software, I see it, so I need to fix it. Alright, so next step is, let's go over here to the M, and we're gonna just keep along. We're gonna keep that same, so the same tool, which is gonna be the Bezier, but real quick, I'm gonna go ahead and create a line here, and that's gonna give me in my base, my registration as far as what I need to, or where I need to keep those lines so the design doesn't become too large or larger than the R. Okay, so let's go up here again. Oop, it looks like I'm a little bit further down, so let's go ahead and move this down here. Maybe my line. So the nice thing is now I'm gonna go off the actual line that I created, not the design here, just because I know that that is gonna be more direct or more exact with my design. Okay. So here we go, nice and easy. Again, just dropping some left clicks on there, bam, Bam. I like to make noises as I go. My girlfriend doesn't like it too much at night when I'm trying to make these videos, but hey, you gotta have fun with it. That's the point of the game. So again, we're gonna go here and just make sure we click on the line. Bam. Okay, not bad, not bad. There's that. And let's finish it off. And that's it. Now, notice how I finished it off. There's no reason for me to go back and redo this when I know it's the same shape, right? So watch this. Left click down on the mouse, hold control, drag it to the right, and while you're doing this, I'm still holding my left click down. I am gonna right click, bam. So that makes a copy. I'm gonna come right up here to my mirror horizontally, and there is my design. Okay, so there's my arm, there's my R, there's my M. Nice and easy, right guys? Next step, let's go ahead and select our text tool here. We're gonna type in designs, and we're gonna go ahead and find this font. So let's go right up here to my font finder. It's called OCRBT. So there is the font. Now notice how we have the letters extended there. Look how easy we can do this, okay? So again, we're just using the font there. I'm coming up here to my shape tool, and you can see now we have these arrows. Some are going down we got 3 rectangles there, and they're facing down, and then 3 that are facing to the right. So we're gonna go ahead and just drag it to the right, and we went a little bit too far there, and there we go. So let's now go here. We're gonna go ahead and just create everything the same color now. Make sure let's make it yellow so you can really see what we're working on here. So right click is gonna take away those shadows, or excuse me, the outlines. Let's drag this to the right. Last thing I wanna do, notice this is still in a, let me go ahead and unlock this and move this to the right. So notice that the text at the bottom that we used, it's still in a text format, true type font format. So let's say if I send this design over to a customer or the vector file to a customer, and they don't have that particular font in their library, then they won't be able to see it. So the computer will actually change it to something that's similar. So what I want to do is, before anything, is let's convert that over to a curve or a vector file format. So let's go here, to object. We're going to go to convert to curves. And now you'll notice that if I double click it, this is no longer a true type font. It's something now that I can come in here and adapt or change or transform, okay? And again, I do have videos that will show you how to use the shape tool. If you are wondering how you can do this or how this can be beneficial to your designing process, okay? So now we have our design here. Let's go ahead and highlight that, make it black. Now notice this is a different black. I just have a different Pantone color here. But if you want to make it the true color of the design, of that original design, you can come here to my color eyedrop tool. And I'm just going to go ahead and select the color. Notice how now we have a little bucket, and that's what's going to allow me to change that design, okay? So look at that. Make that all black. And there you have it, guys. We all of a sudden have a vector image. Okay, so again, if you're working with vector or with vinyl, whether it's heat transfer or sign vinyl, now you can cut this design out. If you're printing it, also you can now print it with a higher quality. So very quick and easy using some of the different tools here offered to us by CORELRAW. Stay tuned, we're going to create a lot more videos like this. Leave a comment, let us know how you like it. Please subscribe to our page if you think this page is helpful. If you're looking for custom designs, we also do create custom designs. We have the email right here in the description below. Send us an email with the image and we'll give you a free quote. Thank you all for joining us. See you guys soon.